Hey, what's up, guys? This is KAEGO Talks about relatable shit we want to talk about, and teen talks with your host Diego Guajardo, and my co-host.
Caleb Barton, bitches.
Um, Today we're just gonna be talking about a bunch of random shit, just getting our stuff started and hoping that you guys like it. And if you do like it, make sure to like, comment, post notifications or whatever. Like, click that button and subscribe. And share with your friends because that would be dope. Did I say that already?
I mean, obviously, this is new to both of us. So, if you
100%.
do see it and you want to comment any suggestions or anything you want us to talk about, feel free to do that.
Yeah. So I think before we started the whole podcast, Caleb, you were saying like you wanted to talk about how toxic school was or whatever. Like I think we should just jump straight into that. Just what's on your mind.
So, especially right now with quarantine and, me and Diego are just moving on into high school. We're freshmen. Um, I think it's really hard for us. And I mean, I had a project. What really started this whole thing was I had a project that I didn't do, and it's really it really was dragging down my grade. And it's a you have way more. What's the word? What's the word for someone that
Like where you're going with this?
you keep like pushing it back? What's the word?
Procrastination.
Yeah,
Just big
it gives you tend to procrastinate a lot more
procrastinate. Yeah.
whenever you're at home. And I know Diego can relate to that too,
Oh,
and
100%. Yeah.
probably a lot of people that are watching this can. I mean, it's hard being a teenager doing school, especially
No,
whenever you're forced to work from home.
it's weird because like I don't honestly. I like they say that they're teaching us a bunch of whatever it is. They're teaching us, and this is gonna help us in the future. But it's like, well, is it? Last year we had school together because we were in middle school, and the transition to high school has separated us in terms of being in the same school, and so it's a weird dynamic because we're still trying to keep in contact and whatnot. But have you noticed how like it's definitely like we, like you said, we procrastinate more, sure, but it, I feel like it's brought us closer together as friends. So I feel like it is a weird dynamic. It's done two things, one of which has done good and the other has done bad. But like you wouldn't think that switching schools and quarantine would have brought us closer together. Like I'm gonna say why I think that is, but like what like I don't get that. Why do you think so?
Well, I just think because at school you're in a work environment, and you don't really get time at school to go have fun with your friends, hang around on your phone. I
Yeah.
mean, you're there and you're getting your work done because you have a teacher watching over you.
Yeah, most definitely in middle school at least. Like in high school there's definitely a lot of freedom. At least from what people have told me.
I mean, yeah, I mean, even whenever, because I go to school every other day now, and even whenever I'm at school, they just really don't care.
Right. So you can literally just get away with whatever the fuck you want to get away with, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. Um, yeah, but I've noticed we've been seeing each other a lot more, and like we've been out, just at the park or whatever, and we'll be hanging out, and I don't know, I definitely feel like we've grown closer together, but in terms of schoolwork, fuck, like just last week I was failing all my classes, and I had to crunch a bunch of my time like together to just like focus on getting everything turned in.
Yeah, because I mean, aren't your grades due Friday too?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, mine are too, and I still have to do this project for English class.
Hmm.
Um, but and I'm gonna have to just spend a lot of my time getting that done.
Yeah. It feels toxic. Um, because I mean, we're just stressing over things that we shouldn't be stressing over. Like, um, circling back around to the whole years from now thing, we're I feel like this isn't gonna matter. You know, we're gonna move on with our lives, and these grades and everything's just not gonna look the same. You know?
School really isn't setting you up for your dream job. They're really setting you up to go work a 9 to 5 job in an office.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what I feel because they're just putting you on a schedule and then
It
make
really feels like they don't even teach you skills. They just teach you how to work.
yeah, yeah,
And
most
I feel like really it's really just like they're trying to build up on America and build up on our next generation by getting us to work in office jobs.
definitely. I know that um, school in different countries is different. I don't necessarily know how, but like,
Well, some
um,
other countries you don't even get a choice. You have to go work an
yeah,
office job.
yeah, yeah. I mean, God, I can't imagine that. Like, that's crazy. You know, we're so fortunate to have most of the opportunities we have, but at the same time, it's like, um, are we even going to come to the possibility of having uh, those are we even going to have the possibility to have those fortunes and then to do what we want, you know? But you know, Caleb, I was watching this TikTok earlier, and it was of just these a bunch of just this friend group, right? And they were all skating, and then they sat under a tree and they got high, and they were all messing around with each other and talking and having fun. And I was like, that is what high school, sorry, kind of reminds me of. You know, like the fun parts and and the parts that you make memories off of. You
You
know,
know,
that's really
um, going back to quarantine and everything, really, it really hasn't let me have the chance to go ahead and have my freshman memories in high school. I
yeah.
mean, I got to play sports and I'm grateful for that, but even sports just weren't the same.
Hmm. You know, I was only in sports for a month because I had to get taken out because of COVID. You know, um, uh, I I I was like so focused on not getting my family sick so that I wasn't able to once in my life just prioritize myself and my own needs. And so it's definitely taught me how to circle like maneuver around my own needs and look at what other people might be focusing on instead. You know, like I'm definitely I feel like I've become more of a humble person. Not to sound conceited or anything, but I feel like it's really humbled me and really shown me what I've taken for granted and what I can definitely put more work into when it comes to and for being present in the moment and focusing on family. You know,
Yeah.
crazy stuff, man. Like,
Um, but yeah, I mean, and I feel like we really have grown on a relationship. And I'm not saying like anything like it's just I chose to do this because I didn't have anyone, but I feel like really we grew on a relationship because we were just desperate to go see like some friends. And we were, I mean, we were already best friends before quarantine started, but I feel like we really are, that's the whole reason our relationship really grew to where it is now, because we were so desperate to have some social life with our friends.
yeah. Even just we're halfway through high school already, which is crazy to say. Pretty
Well,
crazy
not
to say.
halfway through high
Not
school, halfway
halfway
through.
through high school. We're mostly done with 2020, and we are in almost the second semester of high school, and it's definitely shown me who's fake and who's real and how many people are going to leave me and how many people have left me. Um, because of everything that's gone on, especially, I've realized that fake people leave and real people stay for the bad shit, the good shit, and the shit that's in between. And that is something comforting, you know. Um, I know that you lost. Do you want to talk about the whole relationship scenario where where you lost your girlfriend because of all this?
Oh yeah. So I had a relationship, and it was really one of the first relationships where I could actually say, um, it was real. Most middle school stuff, it's just like, you're fucking around. But I think I really liked her, and I hope she really liked me too. But uh, and we were going strong. We go see each other and everything, and then quarantine happened, and really I could just like I could feel our bond really separating, and so we decided to call it quits. Which uh, relationships really aren't something that you should get into as a teenager. Uh,
Well, hold on. Maybe you can get into them as a teenager, because you definitely want to have some idea of what a relationship is like. But middle school is is
obvious,
definitely questionable.
obviously, if you think you really like someone, go for it. But I'm just saying, I really don't think relationships are the best thing to do as a teenager. And maybe I'm just saying that because because we're in the middle of a pandemic and we can't. I mean, even if I had a girlfriend, I wouldn't be able to go see her.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm just saying, I feel like really relationships, again, just are something you should be really focused on as a teenager. Go focus on something that like having fun, and if your fun is in a relationship, then go for it.
yeah,
Go spend your life doing something that's going to make you happy.
yeah. I totally agree. Um, I totally agree, right? But I quickly I can 100%. I can edit this out of the video if you want, but I want I want to talk about um that one kid who fucked up your relationship, and I want to talk about this because no name dropping because that's gonna cause a whole mess, but I want to talk about this because it ties into how fake people are really just found in discovering yourself and relationships and everything. So do you want to bring it up or not? Because I can totally edit this part out.
Um, you mean? I mean, okay. There was
We'll
this
just call
girl.
him. We can just call him L if you want. L. Yeah, L.
Okay, yeah, like Death Note. We can. So I was talking to this girl, and I really liked her, but I mean, I went over to her house and we did some stuff, and I okay, but so before all this, we had a friend, we just said L, but I'd go meet up with him and shit, and I mean, I would go wake up 6:30 in the morning and go out to the football field to go play with him or something. I mean, he's my age. I don't want to sound weird, but I mean, even after we played football, we'd sit around and we'd talk because we could relate to each other. And so I told him about this girl, and he knew her. She happened to be a mutual between us, and so I went to her house, and you know, um, we were hanging out and stuff, and she told me that he texted her, and that really frustrated me, and I really think, especially as a teenager, people really just I don't blame him because he's just really struggling probably to find self-worth. Um, so he has to do something like that. He has to do something that low to make
Break
himself feel
y'all up.
better about himself. But yeah, I mean, uh, put your trust into people, but just be careful with it
Yeah.
because I really wanted a relationship with this girl and he messed it all up.
It's God. You know, uh, that kid is he's definitely one of those people that I tried to stay away from just because of the reputation he had. And he was one of the cool kids or whatever. He hung out with a bunch of known people, and he knew people from a bunch of different schools, and he always talked to a bunch of girls, which is odd to say that talking to people um, is a sign of this high social status in middle school and high school. You know, it's definitely weird, but just the
I
way
don't
it,
think it's weird that talking to a bunch of people um, really high as your social status. It's I think it's stupid how your social status is what um, people really care about as a
yeah,
person.
yeah, sorry, I miss said, I misspoke. Um, yeah, I was friends with him for a little bit too, and I luckily cut ties with him, and now I am, well, I was talking to a girl that he was close with, and I noticed that he was not just toxic to both of us, but he was toxic to multiple people as well. And um, to stoop as low as to bring other people down with you rather than meet people and try and bring yourself up and learn who you truly are is really says something about the type of person you are. And I don't think a lot of people realize that that can, sorry, yeah, to stoop as low as to bring other people down rather than meet new people and raise yourself up and raise them up says a lot about your personality, you know. That's not who you want to be around long term, and it really starts to show, and it really starts to affect you, um, not just those around you. um, I was, you know, we're both just starting high school, so we don't have that much information on what uh, things ahead of us will be like, or what, um, college or anything like that. We don't know what any of that is really, but we do know that uh, our middle school was pretty toxic, and so far freshman year, even though it's been in quarantine, has been kind of toxic too. So I kind of want to go back in time and talk to you about the seventh grade. You know, we were both totally different people, and I want your take on seventh grade because that was a weird year, dude. We were not who we are today. You know,
Really, in seventh grade, I really think,
I mean, in eighth grade, we were still not who we are today. We were
yeah,
totally
but that's
different.
whenever that you started changing in eighth grade, and I was really kind of staying the same, and then I kind of changed with you over time.
Yeah, you
But
just started realizing who you kind of are and stuff, right?
really, we were losers in seventh grade, man. All we cared about was being popular or
Mm-hmm.
relevant. Um, and so me and him, me and you both did a lot to try and fit in. And really, we're the same. We were the same people that we don't like at
Today.
this moment of time.
Yeah. And it's hard to admit that because nobody likes admitting their faults and nobody likes saying where they went wrong, but it can definitely change you as a person for good if you look at it the right way. I was in my very first relationship and my last relationship in seventh grade. Did I say that wrong? Last relationship, as in that was my last relationship, and that was my first relationship. Yeah, in seventh grade, I was always chasing cloud, and I got in a relationship with a girl just because I thought, fuck it, you know, I didn't even like her. I didn't think she was pretty. Um, and and I really went low. I really went downhill, and I lost a lot of my friends. And
That
um,
me and you almost
we
something
did
that
almost
happened, right?
fight. Yeah, that because of that girl. Um, you know, she um I dumped her because she was becoming clingy and she lost all of her friends because I was interfering, which I should not have done. And um I dumped her, and then she hated me, and she went off and told me off to her therapist that she got because apparently I gave her depression. And then I don't know if she was lying about it or not. Maybe she wanted attention, maybe she didn't. I don't know her anymore, or I don't talk to her anymore. Um,
Wait,
and
are you talking about? Do I know who you're talking about?
about G, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's probably fake.
I
She's probably lying.
I don't know.
Cause
You
that,
never know,
I think that's really something that I would have lied about in seventh grade.
It's
Which me,
something
I
we
mean,
both would have lied about in seventh grade. Many people would have done it.
which I mean, now that's fucked up. Now I think
It
that's fucked up
is.
because that's something I mean I really went through, and I mean I wouldn't have to lie about that anymore. But in seventh grade I was fine, and if I and I really just if I did say anything like that, it would be for clout, which now I just
That's
completely disagree with. And we were probably pretty bad people in seventh grade.
we were just
No, obviously not in the eyes of other people because everyone was like that in seventh grade. But in seventh grade, we were definitely the people that we don't want to be anymore.
in seventh grade. It's weird because you're still transitioning to who you want to become, and who you want to become is still corrupt in your mind because who you want to become is like all the other popular kids who will do shit that's wrong. Who you want to become is all the other popular kids who lie about drinking beer and smoking marijuana just for clout as well. So
Probably guilty of that too.
we are, we are. Yeah. So I dumped her and I was a little emo boy watching Bart Simpson sad edits, listening to XXX Tentacion, sitting alone at the lunch table, you know, those type of vibes. And I wasn't friends with this kid because the girl made us fight. So uh, I was a lonely boy, and what I did to get over that was listen to XXX for 5 hours on end and go outside and skate because I was a little fat ass who was trying to find something good to do with my time.
I
And
don't think you were fat. You were a little chubby in sixth grade, but I don't think seventh grade.
no, I think
Nah,
I was a bit
but I
chubby.
mean, you might have been a little out of shape, especially compared to now. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't go. I wouldn't say you were a little fat ass.
Well, I picked up
Maybe
skateboarding.
I would have in seventh grade because I was mad at you.
Yeah,
But
yeah, you
that's
would
it.
have beat my ass. Oh wait, I want to go back on the fight in a bit, but right now I want to talk about seventh grade and this whole mishap of a relationship and pretending to be someone I wasn't taught me how to skateboard, and skateboard has really impacted me, believe it or not, and taught me uh, who I look up to, and what my style is close to, and it's taught me a lot of things, believe it or not, right? Um, but yeah, another big reason I skateboarded was because I lost this dude right here. Um, and again, we fought because, well, I haven't really explained it. I was a little dick.
Dude, people, if we get big, bro, people are gonna write so many fan fictions and shit, dude.
Oh my god! I just fucking realized that. Anyways, I was a little dick, and he was a bit of a. So yeah, we were both dicks, and I was jealous over every guy my girlfriend talked to. And he texted her one night. You said, "Hey, I don't know exactly what you said. I don't know if you remember it either, but I have a similar idea stuck in my mind. Do you remember what you said?"
No.
Okay, so she told me you said, um, uh, let's be best friends, blah blah blah. Do you want to FaceTime? Blah blah blah. And then y'all FaceTimed, and I was pissed at that. So I
I
was like,
remember this.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
So
remember it.
I was pissed at that because you uh you were a little manhole. Nothing wrong with that. You were a little manhole.
I was. Ain't no shame in my game.
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
you dated her
It's pretty
best
shameful.
friend. You dated her best friend, so that you said, I think it'll be cool if you date her and I date her best friend.
And that just went to shit, dude.
It did. That's another reason we started fighting. Anyways, that happened, and I told her don't talk to him because he's little man ho, and I don't want him to steal you from me, and blah blah blah. And she was like, okay, okay, I'll do whatever you say. Subordinate, subordinate bitch. um, um, yeah, submissive. I meant submissive bitch. Um, yeah. So then you found out somehow, and that I said that, and rumors went around our entire school that we were gonna fight, and we were both like, "Damn, clout, a lot of clout," which we have
We
not
we
been
just
getting.
we just we just drug it out and we never fought.
We just kept dragging it out for clout, and um, a bunch of
And
people
then
were,
we were best friends right after, man.
yeah.
I bet. I wonder what people thought.
They didn't give a shit. I remember this kid. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was telling you
In
that.
math class.
He was telling you that I wanted
Hmm.
to fight you outside, and because he wanted to see
And
a
then he
fight
and then he
happen.
t- and then he told you that I
Hmm.
wanted to fight.
Yeah, it was some funny shit, funny shit, bro. It's like, and
I
and
think
so
we were just too scared to throw first punch, both of us.
yeah, you walked up to me, and you had two of our friends by your side, and they were holding you back, and you were just like, and I looked at you, I was like, what are you gonna do about your little bitch? With my fucking crazy eyes and shit, and and my girlfriend just looked at me. And she turned around. She just kept walking because she didn't give a shit. She thought I was a scrawny motherfucker, and she knew I couldn't beat your ass.
The funny thing is, she's the clout chaser now.
She is, yeah. She's the dick sucking clout chaser.
We might have to cut this
We might
out.
have to
This whole
cut
part
that
out.
out. Um,
I mean, all of it, dude. We're talking a lot of shit.
nah, bro, we're in high school. Doesn't fucking. They're not gonna. She's probably not gonna remember half this. Um, they're not gonna care either. Unless her boyfriend's all like, her new boyfriend's all like, hey, take that shit down. I'm like, no, bro, I'm not taking it down.
I would fight him.
Yeah, he's weird. Anyways, um, right after that, I DM'd him on Instagram because he blocked me on everything else, and I was like, yo, I'm so sorry for what I did. I want to be friends again, because she started becoming clingy because her friends were finally fed up with her, and and
I think we became friends again during it,
we did
during y'all's relationship, and because I think I remember you
during the
talking about
end.
the end.
During
Yeah,
the end of our relationship. Um, and you dumped her best friend, which made her best friend pissed and sad and whatnot. And I ended up sitting with y'all again. I was no longer Bart Simpson sad at Diego. Um,
we all were.
I was drowning my emotions in friends, Diego, and it was weird. It was weird, and um, I didn't even know who my true friends were. I just knew that I lost Caleb and um, one of my other close friends who we'll probably put on the podcast soon. Um,
I think yeah, I think that can go back to what I was saying about relationships is, sometimes you just get so blind and you forget all about your friends because you think having a relationship is going to be the most important part of your life.
mhm, yeah. So again, weird dynamic. Um, anyways, I dumped her. She spread rumors about me because she gathered more clout than I did, and that's when I started sitting alone at lunch tables and had barely any friends, and I was again picking up skateboarding. And yeah, so um, and then eighth grade year eventually came.
Eighth grade was
Whoa,
fun, man. I miss it.
yeah. I think a lot of the reason we missed it though is just because it wasn't quarantine and that was the last year.
But so many of our friends, like there was so much drama in our friend group, man. It was so
Yeah,
toxic.
it was. You know, I'm not, me and you both know the most toxic person in that relationship,
Hmm.
and
Friendship, friend group,
yeah,
no relation. Well,
yeah.
there's a relationship.
He turned out being uh
Mr. Pit Vipers.
Yeah, well, that was one of them.
That's not who you were talking about?
Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. So, I'll mention it later. But yeah, going into eighth grade, we didn't know who we were. We were simping for girls. We were still kind of looking for some clout. We were. We made a group finally, like a proper semi-stable group, and that a group that was slowly collapsing. You know. Uh,
No, I think again we just lost it over quarantine.
well, we lost it because it was kind of crumbling, and because a
It
lot
was
of
it
them
was
were
toxic.
fake. Yeah.
It was toxic, but quarantine really was like the final blow.
There was one person in that group who is our closest friend, both of our closest friend, part of our group still, who we've still kept in touch with.
Mr. Ramirez.
Yes, sir. And we're saying his name because
We can say his name because I mean
he'll probably be in the podcast too until he
yeah.
gets himself canceled because of all the shit he says.
But
Uh,
no, he's too busy with his girlfriend right now.
oh yeah, again, relationships just does that shit. It's his first girlfriend. Damn, first girlfriend.
I mean, we're
And
happy for him.
I am. We're pretty happy for him. It's not toxic yet.
We kind of miss him though.
They're in the
Come back,
honeymoon.
Caleb.
They're in the honeymoon phase. Let's hope it stays that way for a while. And yeah. So
Mm-mm. I hope the honey phase. I hope the honeymoon phase ends
why? So
because
that he can hang out with us.
yes,
So we can
but
keep on
like okay,
binging
but
Demon
I
Slayer.
I still want him to be happy in his relationship.
Oh yeah, 100%. We don't want
But I
any of
don't
that
want I don't
toxic.
want him to be away from us again that much longer.
Yeah. Well, because he's drifting away from us. Um,
He's
man,
gonna come back when they break up.
I feel like I've
If they
been,
break up.
yeah, I feel like I've been doing a lot of talking now. So I kind of want to pass the mic to you on what happened in eighth grade.
Eighth grade.
Yes.
Ooh.
I mean, it wasn't as toxic and unstable as seventh grade, but it was.
Eighth grade was really a tough year for it was a I mean okay, I know I said I miss it, and I just missed the school part, but eighth grade my eighth grade year was really a tough year because just a lot of family problems going on during that time. And
Yeah,
I was a little crybaby. I mean, I guess you could say I still am.
seventh grade was like my dramatic year, and eighth grade was your dramatic year for sure.
But like eighth grade, I would start just because of family problems, and they got really bad. I would start crying in the middle of the school day, um, and um, it was again in eighth grade I was a loser, and I just wanted attention. But I mean I didn't cry for attention. I would go hide out in the bathroom whenever I cried. But the attention really did feel nice. And that's where I really met some good friends, and we don't really talk anymore, but they were really there for me whenever I needed it. And but eighth grade, our football team sucked. Uh, um,
Do you want to go into because you kind of already went into how depression.
that's whenever I really started having problems with my depression. Being depressed is a common thing for teenagers, especially at this moment. But I mean, I just want everyone to know it always gets better, and I'm a lot happier now than I was 8 months ago. And
Definitely not something to joke about when you.
mm,
I just to pitch in really quickly. You know, as a close friend of yours and seeing you go through that, um, I don't know what your pain was, but it definitely it hurt me to see you emotionally break and not know what you were doing with yourself and have those bad because you do have depression still, right? But you're a lot better than where you were, and so it's hard to see that, but it's definitely I can't speak for you, but it's definitely way harder to go through it.
but eighth grade, um, it was kind of just, other than that, it was really just a chill year. I mean, I was popular. I was happy. Um, I don't really think me and Diego went through any drama.
You were for the
Uh,
most part happy. We were both
I
for the
mean,
most part.
that's what really happened. That eighth grade year was whenever me and Diego, like, we were friends and we were still best friends in seventh grade, but we really, um, eighth grade year was another year we kind of just grew on our relationship. I spent Halloween with him. I'd go over to his house a lot. Uh, there's a lot of reasons for that.
Not for the reasons, go. Um,
Um, nothing between me and Diego. Um, uh,
Jesus fucking Christ.
some of our close friends know. Um, we grew on our friend group, kicked some people out of our friend group because they were just toxic. A
It
lot
was
of shocking stuff about our friend group came out after eighth grade.
it was our friend group was probably one of the most scandalous groups of eighth grade. And it wasn't scandalous while we were in eighth grade, it was scandalous while we were all getting out of eighth grade. And
No, we had
people,
some class clowns in that group, but
we
we
did.
weren't even close to the class clown group. We were really just like semi-popular. I mean, everyone at the school really knew each
Everyone
other,
knew us.
but we kind of just chose. We just kind of hung out around. Just we didn't want to go hang out with the super popular people.
Mhm.
Not that they
Um,
let us anyways. Most of them were assholes.
one
But
of one of our friends we had to kick out because should I just say it? it I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. We can edit it out, or we can take it out of the video if they end up DMing us or whatever. Um, he was he came out, and there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but um,
the way you said it, you made it sound like we kicked him out because he came out.
yeah, I know we definitely didn't do that.
This
It
part's
was
gonna have to go.
so it might. Um, so he was, and I DM'd him about this, and I told him about this, and I spoke on behalf of our entire group because I like to think that I was kind of the spokesperson for our group. Me and you were kind of the spokesperson for our group. Um, and I told him I was like, I'm speaking on behalf of all the group. You are violating our we told him multiple times not to be all up on us and touch us and uh constantly try and um budge his way in our talks and um hit us and do all that. And he kept on doing it and kept on doing it and kept on doing it. And I was like, bro, you can't be doing this.
But I mean, I don't. He's apologized multiple times,
Yeah, he
and
has.
we're close. We're friends again. But
Well, you and him are friends again.
I'm friends with him.
I don't
Diego really isn't.
necessarily trust him, and and I'm sure he's out doing his own thing, and I'm sure he's fine right now. And I still have some respect for him
I
because he's been through a lot. He has, um, but he came out, and it made us feel uncomfortable, realizing that he was touching us often, and whatnot, and it was again he's doing his own thing now. He's apologized multiple times, so I respect him for that, and I respect that he's been put through a lot. And that's that. We just
uh,
sometimes groups have to move on from people who don't know how to handle things correctly and end up taking things too far. What were you gonna say, Caleb? Sorry.
Nothing. I think that was a good way to end the eighth grade depressing year. So we can move on to the next thing we'd want to talk about.
Okay. Yeah. So seventh grade, eighth grade, done and over with. A lot of girls um, went in through that year, and I met a girl that I'm still very fond of. Um, and yeah, I mean, weird. Weird shit. Weird shit. Middle school was some weird shit. I mean, sixth grade, this kid didn't even fucking like me.
You didn't like me, bro. You were literally telling me today in sixth grade you thought I was an asshole.
I thought you were an asshole and you thought I was an asshole, so
Yeah.
we kind of, yeah. Sixth grade, I was a fat ass and he was this big, tough guy who scared me. Yeah. It just
Um,
goes to show you that your friends can be right in front of you. Closest friends can, at least.
I
Uh,
think let's talk about something heartfelt or like
heartfelt,
a happy topic.
happy topic.
Okay, not necessarily a happy topic, but let's talk about because obviously we just introduced ourselves, we talked about our life, but really this podcast isn't going to be. We don't. I don't know about Diego. I mean, we kind of just we're winging it right now, but I really want this thing. I think we really don't want this thing to be about our personal lives.
Not too much.
Um, so I think that was a pretty good introduction to our friendship and how we kind of went through middle school together. But I think really what we want to talk about are things going on in the world at the moment of us making these. Obviously, we're going to keep on doing this as long as me and him are happy doing it. So I think a big topic in the world right now is feminine clothing on guys. I mean, so we did a practice run. I'm not gonna lie, we did a practice run the other
Yeah.
day, and this was like a topic we went on and on for a while. So I think we're we're definitely gonna talk about it right now, but I think we're gonna try and not bore y'all to death with our talk about it. But
Yeah.
it's a pretty Diego has a lot to say about it, me not so much, but
I have a
you
lot
know,
to say about everything, I feel like. I feel like
Diego's more of the he cares, and then I'm more of the, you know,
do what you do.
yeah.
Like, yes, so
So
yeah,
obviously, big news: Harry Styles, wore a dress. A lot of people are pissed off because they're of their fragile little egos being shattered by a man that wore
can steal
a
their
dress.
bitch and wear a dress.
They're all self-conscious, but my take on it really is, do what makes you happy. I would wear feminine clothing.
You
Because
would go
why
to
not?
an extent.
I would do some kinky cross dressing stuff. Uh,
Maid
um,
outfits.
uh, you know, um, I wouldn't wear it seriously probably,
Yeah,
but
so
I don't have a problem with anyone that wants to wear feminine clothing.
yeah, so I've recently kind of, again, this goes into discovering myself and discovering how I dress and how what kind of person I'm becoming. And and so the other day I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to put on nail polish and I took it off. It's not on right now because I'm about to put on a new coat. But uh I I put on nail polish and I was like, hey, this is actually, I think it's really cool looking. And I was all proud of it. And I had a bunch of girls hit me up because they thought it was hot. And then there was a few other people who were like, hey, that's gay. If you're gay, it goes against the Bible. This and that. It's not cool that you did that, dude. And for the most part, it was positive commentary. And I had a bunch of people posting or commenting, um, you know, the nails are looking great and DMing me, and so for the most part, I felt confident. But I realized that along with all this and along with how I'm figuring out how I'm going to dress, and there's definitely going to be people who backstab me or people who think the opposite or people who just don't really give a shit, and that's cool. That's that. They do that. So I put on nail polish, and after that, I decided, hey, you know what? I want to put on pearls. So I put on pearls, and my family, they're a very traditional family. So um, most of them were like, hey, um, you do you, but they were probably thinking, um, that's kind of weird. Um, and yeah, my style is compared to a lot of other people I know, and compared to a lot of people in my family, it's out of the ordinary, but it is what it is. And I enjoy dressing the way I dress.
Spooky.
I enjoy dressing the way I dress because I enjoy it and because it makes me feel confident and because um, girls are fine with most of it and because my friends are fine with most of it. It is what it is. It's my aesthetic too, so I'm gonna keep on doing it. But it is debatable whether or not nail polish and pearls are a feminine thing to do and to wear. And all I have to say is, um, what's feminine about it? Clothing and paint and all that shit. It is what it is. And if you want to wear it, you can wear it. And if you think it's gross and feminine and ew, don't put that around me, um, maybe you should look into it a bit more. Maybe it will turn out you don't give that much of a damn about it,
It
or
doesn't
maybe
even affect them though. That's the
yeah,
annoying thing.
it doesn't. Those of you who get pressed about it,
If you're watching
I'm
this
sorry.
right now and you get pressed about men wearing feminine clothing, fuck you. You're a pussy.
No, not actually, not actually. But you just do you. If that's not what makes you comfortable, there's no obligation for you to fucking do it and for you to fucking agree with it. But all I gotta say is I don't see what's feminine about it. I don't see what's feminine about anything. If I wanna walk out of my
Okay,
fucking house tomorrow and wear a
my
fucking
bad for
dress,
saying feminine clothing. Um, I really um I don't know any other word to describe it as.
go off.
Um, I don't know if that's like a word
I mean,
because okay, clothing doesn't have a gender, but I think a dress could
I
fall
think
under the
it's
categories,
been
and I don't see anything wrong with using the word feminine, eminem. Uh, I don't see anything wrong with
you
using that
know
word, but
it's been established since a long time ago that dresses are for women, that jeans are for men, that this and that, But we are in the point of time where women are slowly transitioning into wearing tomboyish clothing and that being okay. So why can't men wear feminine clothing and have that be okay? Um,
I
and
think again, like I said, clothing doesn't have a gender.
yeah, it doesn't. But um, that was established a long time ago already. And I want to
By who?
I
By who?
exactly by who, but it has been.
I
And
think
I think by a society really. It has been
well, Scottish
established.
people wear skirts.
Yeah, but that's more for like their traditions and stuff like,
Oh, I've never heard of American tradition.
Yeah, because in America it's not really I guess that much of a thing. Anyways, if I wanted to walk out of my house and wear a fucking dress, then I'm gonna fucking do it and I don't give a damn what people say about it and um you know as long as I have that confidence and as long as it's making confident, fuck it. I grew up where I was wanting to play with Barbies with my cousins and seeing these little girly commercials and wanting to buy what was on them, and and I was I was I never saw anything wrong with it. So um, yeah, it is what it is, and I'm all for it. I think it's dope. I think it shows a lot of confidence and again, what is masculinity? What is femininity? Doesn't really fucking I can't 100% process it yet. Okay, Caleb.
Um, I don't have anything else to say on the topic. I think you think that was a good way to wrap up really what this is going to be about. Oh. At the end of each of our shows, we want to talk about an anime
Yeah, that
because,
would be cool.
me and
Sure.
Diego both really like anime, and that's one of the common interests we share. And that's one thing that our friendship's really thriving on we'll hop on Discord, we'll watch anime. Um, so an anime that I know both me and Diego have watched.
Let's do Rent a Girlfriend.
Okay. I was gonna say Kakegurui, but Rent a Girlfriend. A new.
It's one of the newer. It is a
Yeah,
newer anime. It
it's
came out
about
2020.
a guy that's kind of a loner.
A simp.
That too. He's going through a hard time, so he finds out that he can rent a girlfriend on an app, and it's kind of like renting anything. They go on a date with him, and he pays them for a certain amount of time. It was really interesting to watch. A pretty good main character. I give the anime solid 7 out of 10.
I'll give it solid 8 out of 10. Yeah, I felt attached to the characters, and they were well developed to the point where I was getting pissed at them for making little mistakes. And I thought that the whole idea was pretty interesting. So, yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it a lot. I wasn't watching it when the episodes were coming out. They had to like pressure me to watch it because it seemed kind of weird to me. Like it seemed like a weird idea. They were just like, me and my friends were just like, "Hey, watch it." I was like, "Okay, I'll watch it." So I binge watched it in like 2 days. It was like what, 8 episodes, 8, 10 episodes, 12. Oh,
I think
shit.
it was 12.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I watched it and I enjoyed it, and it's one of the better animes probably to come out 2020. Um,
I
2020's
don't know.
2020 has been kind of a weird year for anime.
If you're not including like season twos or anything,
Yeah,
then it's one of the best.
like
But
new anime,
if you're including season two, I think Ray
like
Zero
newer
is the
seasons.
Ray
Razor was
Zero
definitely,
high up there.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I hope that will be big someday. And uh, I don't really know. This is just the first page of our book.
The first chapters.
The first chapter. Start a new chapter in our lives, man.
This is just hopefully we
So
can take y'all.
blessed.
Hopefully we can take y'all
John
on the
15,
adventure.
16.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we can take y'all on the adventure of our lives and on our perspectives and how they're changing, and um girls, guys, friends, people we like.
Catch us on social media. We're making
Yeah.
social media accounts right after this. It's all going to be KAEGO Talks, like our YouTube name.
Yeah. Also just our
If you
personals.
so just so y'all know, this was a practice run, and so
The last
not a
was a
practice
practice
run.
run.
We talked about how the last one was a practice run, but this is our first real one. So it's not going to be raw.
We didn't
There's gonna
upload our practice run.
we've definitely said some things today that
Might have to
I
get edited out.
probably can't go up on the internet. um,
We don't want to get sued.
so I think if we do grow big and we really want to, we'll post edited and then we'll start posting like raw video. But I mean, if you enjoyed, I hope you'll like to hop on for the journey.
I just want to add in right now, we don't really give a shit about money. We just want to make our start, and then later
Oh,
on.
yeah. All I will say 50% of the money we make
You don't
will
want
be
to.
going to donations.
We don't want to ear rape them, bud. Yes.
50% of the money we make will go to donations for sure.
That'll be like 50 cents, so like 25 cents to
No, if we're really big one day, it'll be like maybe
50 cents,
$100
because
a
then we'll
video.
just get demonetized.
No, I don't think we'll get demonetized.
We'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes, bud. Yeah. Hope y'all enjoy the first chapter, and catch y'all
On the flip
on
side,
the flip side. All right, adios.
bye.
Adios. Bye.